It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. We're at Moda Center in downtown Portland, Oregon. Tonight, it's the Portland Trail Blazers taking on the Sacramento Kings. The Blazers secure the opening tip, and we're underway in Portland. Lillard work it down to Nurkic. Using the post to his advantage there, and the finish at the rim.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Kings with the ball. De'Aaron Fox to Hield. De'Aaron Fox to Barnes. Count the basket inside.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
McCollum to Lillard. Shot by Lillard, no good. Hield, defended by Yusuf Nurkic. Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
Jay, how does Portland bounce back from the disappointment losing in 4 to New Orleans last year?
Well, you need your stars to shine the brightest in the biggest moments, and we did not see that from their two stars in that first round series against the Pelicans. So these two stars need to be great and great all the time.
De'Aaron Fox, his first effort off the mark.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
To Kent Bazemore. Oof. Doesn't look good, and Portland's going to have to make some changes. You hate to see anybody get hurt. That appeared to be a lower body injury. Can't connect on the first free throw. Off the mark. 0 for 2 at the line. Fox across the timeline. 2-point advantage. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Lillard to McCollum. Harrison Barnes sends it away.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Buddy Hield to Harrison Barnes. Free throws coming up.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
Harrison Barnes at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 78% at the line. First one goes down. Two for 2 on that trip. Portland has the ball.
Get down. Here come.
To McCollum. Probing the defense. D's got it. Damian Lillard missed his first. That one goes.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Fox with it. Leads 4. To Hield. Barnes against Tolliver. To Heald. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. And the rebound taken in by the Trailblazers. Lillard to McCollum. Here comes the screen. And abuses the rim with the big finish.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Into the front court, it's Fox. Lead is 2. To Barnes. Nothing going here on that drive. Harrison Barnes, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Trailblazers with the basketball. McCollum to Whiteside. Sizing up the defense. And the rebound taken in by Barnes. To Fox. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
Fox into the front court. The score 12-8. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
To McCollum. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Nothing going here on that drive. Spinning shot won't fall. McCollum into the front court. It's 12-10. To Whiteside. Here comes the screen. Trying to cash in. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Barnes driving, but his shot won't fall.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
Scores from the post.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Portland's got it. Lillard to McCollum. Probing the defense. Lillard to Whiteside. Rises for the slam. Now a whistle. It's going to be a timeout for Sacramento as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point basketball game. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here comes some changes.
Number 33, Zach Collins.
Corey Joseph matched up with Lillard.
Entering the game for the Sacramento Kings, number 6, Corey Joseph.
To Harrison Barnes. And Portland comes up with the rebound. Lillard to McCollum. Nothing going here on that drive. Dwayne Dedmon snatching it out of the air.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Gets a look, can't hit. Sacramento ball. To Barnes. Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down?
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Here comes the screen. Lillard to Ken Bazemore. And he's going to the line to shoot.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Ken Bazemore, a couple of free throws on the way. 71% for his career. Oops, he missed the first one.
Entering the game for Portland.
Oh, he missed on a pair. To Bagley. Screen coming.
Come on, you're right. Come on, you're right.
Down to 5 on the 24. Going to launch beyond the arc. That no good off the mark.
I got him. I got ball. I got ball.
Lillard to Ken Bazemore. Has a chance. Hood shot, no good. Kings have the basketball. Take stock of the floor. Here comes the screen. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. The screen sets him up for 2.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Got him. I got him. Here we go.
Driving right to the basket. D's got it. Damian Lillard, 4 out of 7.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Bogdanovich sizing up Collins. Here comes the screen. To Bagley. And the rebound comes down to Collins. Lillard to Rodney Hood.
In the first quarter.
To Lillard. The drive right to the basket. The Blazers with 4 in the shot clock. 4-3. Rodney Hood couldn't get open. Misses the shot. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket. Now the Blazers will use a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point ball game. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Damian Lillard. Shot by Lillard, no good.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Here comes the screen. Corey Joseph against the former first-rounder. To Bagley. Here's a chance from long range. Cleans it up. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
It's so difficult to block a guy like that with that kind of athleticism and length. Your timing almost has to be perfect, but pretty much there's no stopping him when he's around the rim.
Hood to Lillard.
Coming through.
5 on the shot clock. Has a look. Wide open look, won't go.
If I'm the player that just missed that shot, just because you're open doesn't mean you need to shoot. You can put the ball down on the ground and drive to the rim.
Here comes the screen. Bogdanovich, defended by Zach Collins. Trying to cash in. Missed it. Not much more you could ask for from the defense there. Fires the three, buries it on the catch and shoot. Desperation shot here from half court. First quarter in the books. It's the Kings with the lead. Good start to this one. After one quarter play, on to the second period. Jay, neither team was able to get control to start this one.
Both teams are trying to feel each other out, but I like the aggression that both teams established in the first quarter. This is the first quarter league. The way you play in the opening minutes really sets the tone for the rest of the game.
It's a one-point game as we get rolling once again here in the second quarter. To Rodney Hood. To McCollum. Rebound cleared by Bagley. Fox across the timeline. His team up by 1. Nothing going here on that drive. And scores. Strong take.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
I got ball.
McCollum to Rodney Hood. Has a chance. Hood shot. No good. To Fox. To Bagley. Almost. Unlucky bounce. McCollum with the basketball. They're down 3. C.J. McCollum. 2 of 4 now.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Here comes the screen. Fox sizing up Collins. And a nice finish at the rim.
Oh, don't see the read, be the read.
McCollum into the front court. Down 3. Here comes the screen. To Whiteside. And finishes strong.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs to guard on the next play down the court.
Now a drive, but the shot won't fall. McCollum with the basketball. They trail by 1. To Whiteside. Hassan Whiteside. Terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
To Bagley. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
McCollum into the front court. Down a point. Here comes the screen. Down for Collins. Bielitsa with the rebound. To Fox. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Changes coming from both sides right now.
Stepping in for Portland, number 43, Anthony Oliver.
To the basket's McCollum, but his shot won't go down.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Buddy Hield to Fox. Has a look. Deep 2 there, won't go. The follow won't go either. McCollum with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Able to convert inside.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
It's Sacramento ball. De'Aaron Fox to Bagley. Here comes the screen. Barnes matched up with Tolliver. Zach Collins rejects it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
That's no good. Fox with it. Leads 1. To Hield. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
McCollum. Can't connect. Not the best shot with the defender right there.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Dwayne Dedman rocking the rim.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Add 2 points to the board.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Into the front court, it's Fox. Leads 3. To Hield. Five on the shot clock for Sacramento. To Harrison Barnes. from long range. Not enough touch. Harrison Barnes misses.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
It's the Kings now with the ball. De'Aaron Fox. To Bagley. Surveys the floor. For three, Bagley humbled there. Defense all over him. McCollum into the front court. Down by one. And the rebound belongs to Sacramento. Fox into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Hield. To Fox. Gets a look. Can't hit. Oh, working hard there. Collects the rebound and gets it back up for the slam. We'll get a stoppage here. Timeout Portland as they'll discuss matters in what's now a three-point game. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Dwayne Dedmon with a piece.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Whiteside to Ken Bazemore. Had a good look there, but it's no good. To Hield. Here comes the screen. Not today.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Lillard to Whiteside. Hassan Whiteside. He's now 5 for 6.
And the defense keeps sticking to those flare screens. Just don't flare out to the three-point line. Flare to the rim for a lob.
Barnes. Scores from the post.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Driving right to the basket. Took it down the lane, but it's no good. Barnes to Hield. Curling inside. Barnes driving, but his shot won't fall.
Here we go. I got ball. I got ball.
Dame rises. Shot by Lillard, no good.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
From the painted area, won't go down.
Hey, watch this screen left.
Lillard to Whiteside.
What's going on?
The shot, almost.
Watch that cutter.
To Bagley.
Side up.
Shot won't go. To Lillard. To Rodney Hood. Pulled down by Dedmon. To Bagley. Barnes up against the Weber State product. And he's fouled, and he earns a trip to the line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Dwayne Dedmon has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 69% at the line. Knocks down the first.
For the Sacramento Kings, number 5.
Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. It's Portland ball.
I got ball. I'm here. Right.
Lillard to Whiteside. And the slam.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Fox across the timeline. Leads a bucket. To Barnes. Nothing going here on that drive. Barnes. To Fox. Fires the 3. Fox bothered just enough on that one.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Bielitsa guarded by McCollum. Knocked loose. Blazers have it. McCollum. Shot from the lane won't go. Healed. Sizing up McCollum. To Harrison Barnes. Nothing going here on that drive. De'Aaron Fox to Heald. Here comes the screen. The screen sets him up for 2.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Here we go. I got him.
It's Lillard for 2. Gets it to go. Someone clearly missed their rotation. Late heave to beat the buzzer. That's it for the first half. The Kings are out in front.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Kings will start the second half with a narrow lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Sacramento Kings. The Trailblazers aren't down by much after 2 quarters. And even though they don't have the lead, they're doing a great job of moving the ball around. They might find themselves on the winning end of the scoreboard if they can keep it up. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Portland Trailblazers.
Game track. Bench points.
What I found interesting about that half of basketball is how the momentum stayed high, even when the substitutions started coming into the game. These guys coming off the bench, from both benches actually, are doing a great job of making positive contributions.
Player of the half.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in the opening half. There's a reason he's a fan favorite.
Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. These are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Kings with the ball. De'Aaron Fox to Barnes. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Barnes to Hield. The Kings now with 4 to shoot. Beyond the arc for 3. That's off the side of the rim, no good. McCollum with the basketball. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. Here comes the screen. Fox defended by Lillard. McCollum to Lillard. Shot clock winding down. Lillard. That's how you defend.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Buddy Hield to Harrison Barnes. Gets a shot up off the mark.
They've been getting open looks, makeable shots that just can't find their way in, but it makes these next few offensive possessions down the stretch even more important.
To Whiteside. Lillard, not easy.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those 3 things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
Here comes the screen. Hield, picked up by Tolliver. To Fox. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Lets it fly from long range. Gets it in the right corner. Lillard to McCollum. Spins and scores.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
De'Aaron Fox to Barnes. Count it.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Oh, yeah, it's me and you, me and you.
McCollum to Lillard. Trying to cash in. Now a step back.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Sacramento ball. De'Aaron Fox to Harrison Barnes. Probing the defense. To Hield. Can't miss those.
Let's go. Pick him up. Pick him up. Come on, you got to work around the screen. You're killing me.
Lillard to Whiteside. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Hassan Whiteside at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. He's struggled so far. And he misses that one free throw. Kings have the basketball. Sizing up the defense. He's looking for an opening. To Barnes.
Cutter, get a tag.
And scores.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Block up. Here you come.
Lillard. To McCollum. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Tough shot. Well defended. Joseph with it. His guys down 3. Here comes the screen. Barnes sizing up the all-star Lillard. Wide open look, won't go.
And I'm telling you right now that the defense is playing with fire right here. If they keep giving up open looks, they will not have the lead eventually.
And it's going the other way. 5-second count. Time for some new personnel into the game.
Number 33, Zach Collins.
Corey Joseph matched up with Lillard. To Harrison Barnes. Hassan Whiteside able to recover with the block. Trailblazers take over to Ken Bazemore. Bazemore with the slam.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Screen coming. Has a chance. Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
Ooh, I'm telling you from experience, his teammates will never let that one down.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
To Barnes. Short jumper won't go down.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
And C.J. McCollum knocks down a wide open look.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose a dagger with the 3.
Cashes in for 2.
Not always the first option, but his number was definitely called on that one.
Portland has the ball. Lillard. Add 2 points to the board.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody will be wilding on the court. Guaranteed.
Oh, you can't do that.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Oh, that's a terrible call. Terrible.
That's his
We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
entering the game for the Trailblazers. Number 5, Rodney Hood.
Barnes. The pass set it all up.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
I got him. You gotta get up on that.
Lillard to Whiteside. And the finish at the rim.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Screen coming.
Has a look. Deep 2 there, won't go.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jump.
And draws the foul. So Hassan Whiteside will go to the line to shoot 2. Hassan Whiteside at the line for 2 shots. He's struggled so far.
Shooting 2.
And he connects on the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line.
Get your money, man.
To Bagley. Finish that.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
Hood. To Lillard.
I got him. I got him.
And strokes it.
And a lot of folks last year, including myself, were surprised that Dame was named first-team All-NBA ahead of Russell Westbrook. Look, I love Dame's game, but come on, man. Russ averaged a triple-double for the second season in a row. Stop it.
A lot of contact. No whistle. Trailblazers with the basketball.
Pick up. Match up. I got ball.
Lillard for two. Working and a putback slam.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
My ball. My ball.
Down low for Barnes. To Bagley. Hassan Whiteside. Tips it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Damian Lillard, couple of free throws on the way. Career 88% from the line. Off the mark on the first free throw.
Game for the Portland Blazers, number 43, Anthony Tolliver. Into the game for the Kings, number 88.
Missed the second. 0 for 2. To Harrison Barnes. And the Blazers clear the rebound. To Lillard.
Get him. Get him. Don't let him get out.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
It seems like yesterday I was rapping with this kid during the NBA pre-draft workout. He looked scrawny. Nobody knew if he could really make it. But the arrow continues to point straight up for Dame Lillard. Another terrific season. A first-time All-NBA first-team player. Tied for 4th in the league in scoring last year. This kid is no doubt about it. Dame time.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in.
Number 5, De'Aaron Fox.
Fox, defended by Lillard. To Bagley. Shot from the lane, won't go.
2 minutes left.
Portland's got it.
I told you the screen was coming.
Lillard. Portland down to 4 to shoot. Lillard off the mark. And he'll head to the line.
I can't believe I'm about to say this about an NBA team because this is what I say to my grammar school team. But just because a team is down on the scoreboard doesn't mean you stop playing hard and smart. You really have nothing to lose, but really good habits to gain.
And he makes them both. Fox with it. Down a bundle. To Bagley.
Screen coming left, screen coming.
Short jumper. Won't fall.
Hands up, hands up, hands up. Make it hard on him.
Lillard.
Crack on.
To Whiteside. Here's the whistle. 5 seconds. Back to the basket. Violation sends it the other way. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Stepping in for the Blazers, number 33, Zach Collins. Subbing in for the Sacramento Kings, number 24, Buddy Hield.
De'Aaron Fox to Hield. Barnes to Bagley. Hassan Whiteside. Huge block. That's his 3rd block this evening. Five seconds to shoot. De'Aaron Fox. And he stays cold from deep as he misses another one. It's no good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
First free throw is good.
You're working on your game.
So he hits the first, misses the second. Baseline drive, the shot won't fall. To Bagley. Ref blows the whistle, and he calls a 5-second back to the basket violation. Damian Lillard. Not that time. Long heave from 3/4 court. 3/4 down with the Blazers in a comfortable spot. It's the Blazers with the basketball as we start the 4th quarter. You figured they certainly had the advantage coming into this one. Jay, that's how it's played out.
On paper, this wasn't set up to be much of a contest. If the crowd could have gotten into it early, maybe. But sometimes a team is so good that you never had a chance to even start.
Almost, but no good.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
To Fox. Can't connect. Hood shot, no good. To Fox. The screen sets him up for 2.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Hood to McCollum. Curling inside. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
C.J. McCollum trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 84% free throw shooter. Free throws good. Add one more to the total. This game feels out of reach. It's Sacramento ball.
Chest up, let's go.
De'Aaron Fox to Bagley. Probing the defense. And a 5-second back-to-the-basket violation is called. Time to shuffle things up. Lillard to McCollum. And count the basket.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with the fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
And a 5-second back-to-the-basket violation is called. Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Sacramento Kings, number 24, Buddy Hield. Into the game for Portland, number 21.
McCollum to Lillard.
Screen, I got your help.
To McCollum. 5 to shoot. Trying to cash in. McCollum shot off the mark. To Hield. Going to launch beyond the arc. Great defense, forcing the miss.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
To Lillard. Short jumper stays out. To Hield. Baseline drive. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
It's Portland ball. Lillard to McCollum. Here comes the screen. McCollum with a shot, no good.
Show me something better than that, baby. It's game time.
Buddy Hield.
Yo, clear out, clear out.
Add 2 points to the board.
Rock-a-bye, baby. Oh, yeah, he rocked him to sleep on that one.
Lillard to McCollum. Here comes the screen. Nice pass to set things up.
This is why I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Here comes the screen. Bogdanovic in a matchup with Collins. And scores.
The defense needs to be in more of a stance and react better. A player with that kind of NBA talent level will get to the rim every time with moves like that.
Now the Blazers will use a timeout as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. McCollum to Lillard. McCollum. Backwards to the basket. 5 seconds. Fox matched up with Lillard. To Barnes. Nice pace, sets it up and slams it down.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you head home.
McCollum to Lillard. Runner's good there.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Into the front court, it's Fox. His guys down big. Deep left corner. Here comes the screen. Healed against the Lehigh product. 4-3. He'll force that one. No good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws. Bjelica defended by Lillard. Stuffs it down with authority.
And the last 10 sequences down the court, everybody's touched the ball. You don't see anybody with any kind of negative expressions on their face because everybody's eating.
To Lillard. From the painted area, won't go down. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was a look of a three-point play. You always going in think you can get more at the rim.
Barnes, guarded by Tolliver. And the rebound taken in by the Blazers. Got it.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Hey, screen.
Nothing going here on that drive. Not that time. Lillard to McCollum. Here comes the screen. To McCollum. Portland has 4 to shoot.
Watch the back door. Back door,
Dame
back door.
rises. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Fox into the front court. He'll run the offense to Harrison Barnes. Buddy Hield to Barnes. A pass stolen by Portland.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
It goes down.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
It's the Kings now with the ball. Fox picked up by Tolliver. They work it down to Barnes. Harrison Barnes powers it through. We'll get a stoppage here. Timeout Portland as they'll talk things over here in this 4th quarter. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Number 33, Zach Collins.
Lillard to McCollum. Shot from the lane won't go. Fox across the timeline. Down a bundle to Harrison Barnes. De'Aaron Fox to Barnes.
Watch the cutter, man.
Shot clock violation. Lillard to Ken Bazemore. Has a chance. Shot by McCollum won't go. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball 101. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Here comes the screen. De'Aaron Fox. Hassan Whiteside sends it away. 4th this contest.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Here comes the screen.
Right. Ball.
De'Aaron Fox to Harrison Barnes. Here's a chance from long range. Not enough touch. Harrison Barnes misses.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
I got you help. Don't worry. Get him out.
All by himself. Creates his own shot there.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
De'Aaron Fox to Hield. Here comes the screen. Buddy Hield to Barnes. 5 on the shot clock for Sacramento. Barnes to Fox. Fires the 3. Fox bothered just enough on that one.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
McCollum to Lillard. Pulled down by Dedmon. Good look that time, but off the mark. It's the Trailblazers who get the victory as they cruise to win a game that was never really in doubt. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Trailblazers got the win with a comfortable scoring margin. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all of the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Portland Trailblazers. The Kings didn't get the victory they wanted here today. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Sacramento Kings.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
The Portland Trailblazers did their best work away from the basket. They used a combination of perimeter defense and long-range scoring to get themselves the win.
Player of the game.
And what we have here are highlights worth 1,000 words. There's no question he stood out amongst the rest in today's matchup.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this, except that he fits the title of this segment? He was definitely cold in this game. Here we go with the top 3 plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose.